In this video, we're going to look at a couple of different situations related to buying on credit. The first of those is going to be installment buying, which involves having a monthly payment. And then after that, we're going to look at calculating the average daily balance for a credit card. For installment buying, a situation comes up where you're going to pay for an item over time. And in this example, Juan purchased a refrigerator that was priced at $900. He made a $100 down payment and then paid the balance plus 12% simple interest over 2 years. What was the amount of each monthly payment? So we need to find out how much did Juan have to pay each month in order to pay off this refrigerator over the course of those 2 years. And the first thing we need to find is, what is his finance charge going to be? Here, we're told that simple interest is going to be used. And so we're going to use the formula for simple interest, which is I equals P times R times T. That is, interest is principal times rate times time. So we need to find the amount of principal here. The amount of interest he's going to pay is going to involve the amount of principal. And at first glance, we might say, well, that's going to be $900 because that was the cost of the refrigerator. But hang on a minute. Juan actually made a $100 down payment right up front. So instead of financing the entire $900, we're going to subtract that $100 down payment and find that he's only financing $800 because that's how much he still owes on that refrigerator. So the amount of principal he's going to pay in this finance charge is $800. We're told that the interest rate is 12% and that it's over the course of 2 years. So multiplying all those together, we find that the amount of interest that Juan is going to have to pay is $192. So the amount that he's going to have to repay is going to be the amount that he owes on the refrigerator, which is $800, plus the amount of interest that he's going to have to pay, which is $192. So altogether, he still needs to pay $992. He's going to do that over the course of 2 years, and he's going to be making monthly payments. So monthly payments for a 2-year period, that's going to be 24 payments that he's going to make. And so if we want to find out the amount of each payment, what we need to do is take the $992 that he needs to repay and divide it by the 24 months that he's going to be making payments. When we do that, we find out that the monthly payment is going to be $41 and, well, this 33333 repeating. Since this result, this monthly payment, deals with money, we're going to round it to the nearest cent, which means we're going to round to the nearest hundredth. So we need to find the hundreds place and then look one spot to the right of that. And since one spot to the right of there is 4 or lower, we're going to round down, and the amount of each monthly payment is going to be $41.33. When we talk about credit cards, a credit card has a 1-month billing cycle. That is, the purchases and the balances are kept track of over the course of 1 month. And then at the end of that month, the average daily balance is calculated to determine the amount of interest that has to be paid. Let's take a look at how the average daily balance gets calculated. A credit card has a balance of $200 for 17 days, a balance of $250 for the next 10 days, and a balance of $100 for the next 3 days. What is the average daily balance during this 30-day billing period? We can see that it's a 30-day billing period because we have 17 days plus 10 more that would make 27 plus 3 more that would make 30. So we know it's a 30-day billing period. And what we need to do is we want to make sure that that $200 is counted for 17 days, the $250 is counted for 10 days, and the $100 is counted for 3 days. And then the whole thing is divided by 30 because we are looking for an average over the course of those 30 days. And here's how we set that up. We start out by saying, well, it was $200 for 17 days, so we'll multiply those together. And it was $250 for 10 days, so we'll multiply those together. It was $100 for 3 days, we'll multiply those together. And then we're going to add up all of this because we're adding up what the balance was on each of the 30 days. And we're going to divide the whole thing by 30 to get the average daily balance. When we multiply those together, we'll have 200 times 17 is 3,400. 250 times 10 is 2,500. 100 times 3 is 300. And then remember, that whole thing needs to get divided by 30. Then we're going to add those numbers in the numerator up. 3,400 plus 2,500 plus 300 will give us 6,200 in our numerator that needs to be divided by 30. And then when we divide those, we wind up with 206.6666, and that repeats. Again, this one deals with money, so we're going to round to the nearest cent, which means we're going to round to the nearest hundredth. We're going to find the hundredths place, look one space to the right. Since that number is 5 or bigger, we're going to round up, and our average daily balance here is going to be $206.67.